ignore the fact that I, unironically, when I drink tea, I lift my pinky up a little bit.
Absurditee are for dummies.
All right, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, America.
How are you doing?
I have been in this house since Monday.
Dude, I went to work yesterday, but I didn't go Wednesday. Dude, I drove for 30 minutes, like to and from my house. So 15 minutes one way, 15 minutes back. I got 3 miles away. And I was like, dude, I can't. It's so icy. Like everything's literally just a sheet of ice out here.
Yeah, on Monday, I left work at about 3:15, 3:20. And as I left work, I fell on my porch. So I was like, all right, this is a bad start. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be at work the rest of the week. Because I had asked off for work Wednesday and Thursday. I don't work Tuesdays because I have class on Monday night. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be at work the rest of the week, so I might as well just go in today, just get the job done, get home. Well, take my car into the shop, get home. I start driving, and my car starts swerving a lot, just trying to get to work. Almost just trying to get out of the house, it felt like. But, so I'm like, oh, this is getting iffy, but, it should heat up the rest of the day. Ignorant me thinking it's going to heat up. It actually only got colder. So I get to work, and I get the job done and everything, and I'm about to go home. And I take the car over. What's going on in the background?
Can you hear them?
I can, yes.
Oh, God. Okay.
What's going on? I take my car to go to the shop. Before that, actually, Dad and my mom have messaged me being like, hey, do not drive home. Like, take your car to the shop, and then we will come get you. This was at, I think, like 9 or 10. I'm like, okay. By the time I got off work, Dad's like, hey, we can't get out there to get you. Like, those cars lined up on 169. We can drive on the road that we go out on. They're like, it's bad. I'm like, all right, well, what am I supposed to do since I can't drive home? They're like, well, I guess we gotta get a hotel. So I'm driving around. I stop at a restaurant. I get some food. I stop at Walmart. I stop at the auto parts shop, and I get a ice scraper. And I just get some miscellaneous other stuff like air fresheners and everything. But so I go to the auto parts store, and I grab my ice scraper, and I grab air freshener, some headphones because my headphones are going out, and then I just drive over to the La Quinta Inn. I just sit there in the parking lot, and I'm like, let me give them one more call before I try to actually check into the hotel. So I give them a call. And they're like, all right, the ice truck just came by, so we can come out there to get you. So I finally take my car to the auto parts, to the car repair shop, and we get home. And on the way home, oh, God, it was sketchy. Like, you know the hill just to turn into the house?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was like, oh, I don't
one wrong slip, and you're in like 5 different people's houses.
Well, Dad was trying to get home originally from being in town, and as he was coming home, you know the gravel area right above the hill to get down to the house?
Mm-hmm.
He said if that wouldn't have been there, he would have crashed into another truck because he lost all control of his truck. But
wow.
So basically, I've been stuck in except for when Dad decides he wants to drive, and I'm like, oh hey, let me join you because I'm tired of being. Yeah. Oh my God. And also, I tried to get my car yesterday, and because it's old Kia, they had ordered the wrong part because apparently the what was it? I'm trying to remember what part it was. So I had an oil leak, and then my steering rack was also leaking.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that was expensive. That was
I bet.
expensive, and they ordered the wrong rack, so I still haven't gotten my car, and I probably can't get my car until tomorrow.
Oh, dang.
They said they would call me when it was done, but I guarantee you they called Dad, or they just didn't call at all. So because I don't know how, I've been in there I think 4 times now, and I keep on giving them my number. I'm like, hey, call this number. This is my number. This number right here. Call this one, and every single time they call Dad. I'm like, come on, please, just call me.
I had the same problem with my work vehicle. I would give them my number whenever it would be like, hey, call me when it's done. And they'd keep calling my collection manager. I'm like, I've given you my number 3 different times. Like, call me. And just for all of the listeners and viewers' information, my kids are home today, so recording is going to be a little interesting.
You're going to hear some things.
You're going to hear some things, but I forgot to start off this thing with an interesting fact. So
that's right, yeah.
Children of identical twins are genetically siblings, not cousins. Washer's done.
It's buzzing me like, that's true. Wait, children of identical...
So you have 2 identical twins. They have kids. Those are technically brothers and sisters, not cousins.
But wouldn't they be... Oh, no, yeah, no. No.
They're the brothers and sisters. So they're not cousins.
That's interesting, because then what would they, like, if they have kids...
Then they would be cousins, because then the genetics are splitting up more. But because identical twins share so much of their DNA, that when you have kids, like it's still in the sibling amount percentage wise.
That's interesting.
I agree. I read I was scrolling through and I saw that and I was like, holy crap, that's so weird. Which I have cousins that are, I'm pretty sure they're identical twins, but they're male and female, but they're still identical.
I was gonna say a joke on this. I saw a post. I've seen this post multiple times over many years, but it's just like, people always ask me, how can people tell your identical twin from you? I'm like, well, for one, I have blonde hair, and my identical twin has a penis, so that's how we can tell each other apart.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good reasoning right there. So, yeah, I tried going to work Wednesday, and it just wasn't going to happen. I called my collection manager. I was like, listen, man, I've been trying to leave, but I just can't do it. And then, so I stayed home Wednesday, and then Wednesday night, nobody from my work had texted me or called me or anything. So I was like, I don't know what is going on tomorrow, because roads have not gotten better by any means. And so I finally just texted my boss, and I was like, hey, so roads aren't getting better. What is your recommendation? And he was like, well, from what I hear, the highways are clear. So if you can get to the highway, then you're good.
That's not true. Because then you still have to turn in other roads.
Yes, but then I'm thinking, yeah, that's fine to get to certain locations, but then what happens when I go from location to location within that city?
Yeah, you want me to go all the way to the highway and then find like a major road and turn?
Yeah,
it's not going to happen. There's so many off roads you have to take that it's just like, I'm still going to hit ice.
Oh yeah. No matter where you go, you're hitting ice, because it's just, literally, it's a blanket sheet of ice everywhere. When I got home yesterday, I almost couldn't get into my own driveway because my driveway has the incline.
Yeah.
And
that'd be funny if you were stuck on the road because you can't pull up the driveway.
I almost was. Basically, what I tried to come in a little hot so I could have some momentum. And
then you don't have braking power when you hit the top.
No, not only that, but I tried to turn and my car just kept going straight. My van kept going straight. So I completely missed the driveway. Like I went right past it. And I was like, okay, well, let's put it in reverse. Let's try it again. I got back a little bit before the driveway. When I went to go turn in, I got almost to where the dry spot was where my vehicle was that morning.
Yeah.
But not quite. just a little off. And so I was, I literally stopped moving. And so I had to like put it in park, put it back in drive, and I just hit the gas pedal. And I just inched up very slowly. And finally I got to where I needed to be.
By the way, when I was talking about Dad having to swerve off into the gravel, the truck that was coming adjacent to him, like coming up in front of him, it was a sand truck. And when he saw that, he turned around and left. He was like, "No, I'm not going up that." Me and Dad had left so that we could run to the shop and then get some stuff from Walmart because they're running out of groceries, and then stop at his work because he had to dump out a bunch of stuff because it had expired. So when we left, everything was decently sanded. We didn't really have any issues. We still took it slow on any place that wasn't the highway just because you never know.
Right.
On the way back, because of all the snow, oh my, like I was getting worried on the main road right here. I was like, oh, this is getting sketchy. I can't even imagine what it is right now. Because there were so many parking lots, like the general parking lot that my package is supposed to be going to. It probably has like a 1/4 inch of just ice on it. I'm just like, there's no way anyone can get there. It looks horrible.
Yeah, no kidding. That's crazy. It's just, and we're supposed to get like dumps of snow coming.
Yeah, and I have to get
like when this episode releases, we may potentially have like over a foot of snow on the ground.
Yeah, I mean the snow.
It'd be perfect for you guys to just. I mean, you guys got nothing but time. Yeah. You're gonna be stuck at home. Time to listen. Time to watch.
Yeah, because it hasn't stopped snowing since like I feel like Wednesday.
I mean, it's like very lightly snowing.
It is, but it hasn't stopped.
Very lightly. No, it's just like been like it stopped last night. I went outside last night right before I went to bed, and it wasn't snowing then. So it stopped for a little bit, but it started back up this morning. And we're supposed to get our first like 2 or 3 inches tonight.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the 10 to 15 that they're predicting on Sunday night.
Yeah, this last week's been like a major kicking you. It's like it's not been a lot, but it's been consistent.
I can deal with snow. Like I can drive in snow fine. Like I've done it a lot. But ice, it's like there's nothing you can do.
No, there really isn't.
To combat the ice, like
unless like the roads have been sanded or like
which all the major highways have been.
Yeah.
But it's like getting there.
Yeah, getting there or getting off of it to get to your destination. Unless it's off of the freeway or the highway, you just can't, like, you really can't do it unless you're really prepared and extremely careful. But
yeah, and I don't think they're control. Like they're sanding like the main roads in cities and towns, but like not really. It's like they're being very sparing with it because I think they know they're gonna need it all next week.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Which, for everyone that doesn't know, we record this on Fridays and it releases Monday. So when we say next week, we're talking about the week that this is going to drop.
Yeah, the week that you're going to see this.
The week that our new single is going to drop.
By the time you see this, you already know the situation. So we're kind of just being...
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, look outside and be like, oh yeah, they were right.
Look outside, it's snowing, guys. Right now, look outside. Okay, so what I'm going to just do... You don't have any news stories this week. You've already told me that. So I'm just going to hop into mine real quick. So let's get into the news stories. A man shot staff members one by one and detonated 2 bombs in Minnesota clinic.
I like they said one by one as if someone spectated. It's like, oh my god, he shot one.
There were people that survived.
Oh, so there were spectators.
Yeah. So Gregory Ulrich, he was 67 years old. He went into a Minnesota health clinic and shot 2 people in the reception area before heading back to where patients were treated and shooting 3 others, including a medical assistant and mother of 2 who died of her wounds. He also allegedly set off 2 explosive devices during Tuesday's attack at an Alena clinic in Buffalo, a city of about 15,000 people, roughly 40 miles northwest of Minneapolis. He was charged. What?
I was going to say, what does this guy have against medical clinics?
I don't know. He just doesn't like it.
It's like the Joker.
Don't like him. Yeah, kind of. He was charged Thursday with 1 count of second-degree murder, 4 counts of attempted first-degree premeditated murder, 1 count of possessing an explosive device, and here's my favorite one: 1 count of carrying a pistol without a permit.
You killed so many people. You had explosives, and you didn't have a permit. You're going to jail.
It's like they were like, let's just find one more charge, just one more, to just like really nail the coffin.
Not to make light of the situation, but I would have laughed my ass off if he only got charged for the permit. It's like I'll forgive you for the murder explosives, but you did it all without a permit. That's unforgivable.
Yeah.
Those paperwork that says do not do that.
The judge ordered Ulrich, I don't know, to be held on a $10 million bail, or $5 million if he agreed to certain conditions.
Like, what conditions would he agree on?
I don't know.
He's 67.
He attended the court hearing from jail, and he would not speak except to tell the judge how to pronounce his name.
Well, how do we pronounce it, damn it? We don't know.
So, yeah, it's just like, he's like, okay, well, there's that.
That's
okay. So you heard about that giant wreck in Fort Worth, right?
I did not. I don't have TV.
So there's 6 confirmed dead in major crash pileup of vehicles on I-35 West near downtown Fort Worth.
Okay.
It was, to see the pictures of it is absolutely insane. I mean, there was probably like 75 cars just smashed into each other.
Jesus.
And okay, so the sun had not yet cracked the horizon early. Wow, this is like a full-on like setting the mood. The sun had not yet cracked the horizon early Thursday, when in the express lanes of interstate that twists around downtown Fort Worth, vehicles begin to slam into one another. Now it's kind of getting serious. I can't really make light of this. So as the commute to work was launching just after 6 a.m., ICE on a half-mile section of I-35 thrust together sedans and pickup trucks and 18-wheelers. Oh, sorry. I said 75. At least 133 vehicles were jumbled in the dark.
In the dark.
133 vehicles smashed into each other.
Okay, if you're the 133rd vehicle, I think you made a mistake.
Well, it's Fort Worth. Like, how many people are there. It's like impossible to stop on the ice.
Shut up, Google. I'm not talking to you.
It's impossible to stop on the ice.
Yeah.
And if there's a half-mile stretch of ice, I mean, there's nothing you can do, man.
That just proves that nobody actually drives the way they're supposed to unless someone's watching, because you're supposed to keep the distance where even on ice you're supposed to be able to slow down.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, no, you're absolutely supposed to. You're supposed to.
Stop
I saw
tailgating people. Oh, I
saw.
Take a drink. Damn.
It's your new game.
It is my new game. For now on.
I saw a meme, which, they're usually supposed to be funny, and it was a little funny, but also very truthful. There he goes with a shot. That's what he gets for cussing. Like, I don't know why you gotta...
I'm trying to stop cussing on camera. Not on camera, but while recording. I'll say whatever the hell I want off camera.
Hell is okay. We could say hell.
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to drink for hell. By the way, I'm not trying to cuss, but if it comes up, I will take a shot.
But the meme went, just because you have 4-wheel drive doesn't mean you can drive on the ice. It's 4-wheel drive, not 4-wheel stop.
I like
doesn't matter how much power you have in your tires. You're still going to hit the car in front of you if you don't give them space. That's not the exact words. I can't remember what the exact words were, and I wish I would have saved that meme just so I could read it.
But I mean, it's 100% true, because like even Dad has 4-wheel drive auto and then 4-wheel drive low. But I mean,
it doesn't matter. That works in snow.
Yeah, exactly.
It works in snow and mud, but not on ice.
Yeah,
nothing works on ice.
Snow and mud, you can get traction on. Ice, there's literally nothing to get traction on.
Nope,
it is
nothing
a perfectly slick ground.
Yeah.
I don't care unless your tires have spikes in them, or you have the chains. Yeah, the chains. Yeah. Then you can do it, but then you also look stupid. So.
I mean, do they look stupid whenever they're the ones out driving?
I guess yeah. If I was crashed on 169 and then I see that going by, I probably would be like, that guy's stupid. I'd be like, well, you see, I'm crashed and he's not. Who's really
Who's stupid? Yeah, I'm the one in the ditch. He's out there driving fun.
You look stupid, but I am stupid. So there's.
So that's our news stories. That's all I got for this week. Honestly, like I didn't.
All right, that's the show.
That's the show. We're done. No, I didn't really prepare this week because, like you said,
it's been a crazy week.
It's been a crazy week, man. Like I feel like I've been so overwhelmed this week with just everything that I just have not had the time or the energy to just like really research anything.
It doesn't help that when I was out with Dad yesterday, when we went to his work to clean up the place and get it ready for when he had to go to work Friday today, I was going through my real estate app, and I was going through it, and I saw a place. It was like $50,000. And like it looked like it needed work done, but that's kind of what I'm looking for. And it had a space for a shop, so I'm like, ooh, favorite that. And from favorite, I can't say that word for some reason.
Favoriting.
That sounds weird to say. I don't know why. But when I clicked on that, within 2 minutes, a real estate agent called me. I'm like, wait a second. I wasn't prepared for this. I just liked the idea. And the next thing I know, that person got in contact with a real estate agent who is now my real estate agent.
Oh, nice.
So I officially have an agent. So if we have a discussion...
Wow, look at you moving up in the world.
So when we have a discussion, I'm going to be like, well, let me call my agent. Give me a second.
So if you get a place, you're going to... I'm pointing up to where you're actually on my screen.
Where I have to go like all the way over here.
Yeah. We do that. We always like make hand gestures, but we don't always remember the fact that we're not just on YouTube. We're also on audio only things. Yeah. So we kind of, I have him in the very left corner of my screen,
and I have him on the very right corner of my screen.
But my camera is on the very right side of my body.
See, I keep you on the right side of me because I'm pointing at you right now on my screen. I'm just like pointing at the left side of my screen on the camera.
I'm pointing at you right now on my screen.
This is really, it messes with my brain trying to point at you where you're like, you're right here, tickle, tickle, tickle. But I keep you very close to where my actual camera is, so that when I'm looking right here, I'm looking at you. But I'm kind of looking in the direction of the camera, so it looks nice.
I mean, I could do that, but I feel like with my wonky eye, I can't really.
You've mentioned that a couple times. I never really notice it. I have to really focus in on you for a couple minutes. Yeah, it's your right eye, isn't it?
I don't know.
Your right eye is like kind of. I feel like your iris.
It's like one just. It's not even like the eye. It's like the eye socket. They're just like not lined up.
You have downs. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm downs. I just.
Asperger's.
I'm just a little wonky. That's all right. Whoa, I'm just kicking everything over here. I'm stuck inside my closet right now, and it's like I feel so claustrophobic. Like I feel everything like closing in on me. I don't like it.
That's why I like that I rearranged my entire space, because I feel like I have so much more space now. Also, I can just walk away, right? Like I just pull the chair and walk away.
Okay, so if you do get a new place, you are going to have a room that we can just use.
I'm shooting for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
I have a little like a studio room.
I'm gonna put us in the shed.
I mean, I put us in the shed once, more than once.
No, I'm
several
shooting.
Times.
Like I said, I'm shooting for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. So most likely, like the little studio would probably just be my office. I'm shooting for like a bedroom, office, and music room or miscellaneous room.
I meant studio as in like podcast studio.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, good, because we need one. Because I don't like this. I don't like this. I feel so crowded.
Yeah, it'll be nice having people come to me for once.
Yeah, no kidding.
I get so tired. I don't get tired of driving. I really enjoy driving, but we had the discussion multiple times of how I get tired when I drive very easily.
Yeah. Well, and see, okay, so it's funny. We had for the very first 8 episodes.
Yeah, 7.
You came to me.
Not including the first one, yes.
Yes, well, and not including the New Year's one.
True.
So like 6 episodes, you came to me. And then we tried one time going somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I immediately didn't like that. And I was like, we're doing this virtually now. Well, and it's not so much like I didn't like traveling to do it. It was just like, it did not come out well at all.
Because it was a foreign place. The setup took longer than it needed to. We had too many technical issues.
And I don't even understand why we had so many technical issues.
No, it was... I don't know. It's hard to explain all that stuff. Because it literally could just be any cord and any power strip of any place. I mean, there was issues with every single little thing that we tried to do in the entire...
With each of us. Like my mic cut out. Your mic cut out.
It was...
Like... It was bad all around. It was terrible.
It was not well.
I've been literally borderline going to delete that entire episode.
I think about a couple of the episodes. I'm like, oh, there's a couple of things I'd like to delete out.
If we didn't put episode numbers on every single title.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, we could delete an episode, but it'd be like episode 1, episode 2, episode 4. Wait a second, something doesn't up here.
Yeah, because episode 1 I'd probably get rid of.
Did we name that one episode 1? I think we just named it Pilot.
We did, but it still says episode 1.
Oh, okay.
No, actually, I think it just says Pilot, our first podcast.
I think so, but I think the second one does say episode 2.
Yes.
Technically, we could go into all of them and edit every single name, but that'd be...
That's true. We could just take out the numbers altogether.
We could trick you.
We could fool everybody.
Well, no, because then the episode would be like, oh, hey, there's a third episode. That'd be episode 4. It would be episode 2, and it'd be like, this is the third episode.
I don't think we mentioned what episode numbers they were.
No, we've talked a lot about, we've done this many episodes now. Have we?
Yeah,
we have. And there's been a lot of times like, on episode 3, we talked about this, and then it'd be a different episode than actually.
Yeah, you can. Okay, we'll just leave it.
We referenced ourselves.
You know what? Listen.
We have a lot of content.
Listen. Listen. We just have to. We're gonna just accept our failures, and hopefully it helps us build. I feel like we've been doing a lot better in the last few episodes as far as how everything goes. But we do need to take a break, and then I have a nice little. I have a really good story to tell. You are not gonna want to miss it. It's really good. You're not going to want to miss it. When we come back.
Dun dun.
All right. So, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, I'm much more dressed now because it is cold in here and I don't have heaters. Well, I do have heaters. They're just not on because they're noisy.
Yeah. Yeah, the heater like up on the ceiling, you mean?
No, that broke like shortly after I came home because the screws that went into the frame, I guess, cracked. Not the screws, but the frame cracked, and it costs like $400 to get a new one. So I'm not doing
all that.
No, I have 2 floor heaters, but if I turn them both on, I think I might pop the circuit breaker and just have. So, just doing it.
Yeah, we don't want to.
I'd rather not lose power right now. I think that.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I got speaking of losing power, I got a new air fryer.
Oh, nice!
It's very nice, but
air fryers. I suggest everyone buys an air fryer.
I got.
They're amazing.
Yeah, I got a little one. It's like this big. You can see. It's like this big, about this wide. It's not very big, but it does.
For those audio listeners that can't see that.
Oh yeah. I would say what. 3 feet tall by 1 foot wide.
Okay, that's not bad.
Both width and depth is about 1 foot. But it runs off of 13. I think the wattage is 1350, and the wattage for my circuit breaker, like the whole circuit, is 15 for that area.
Oh man, so you can't run like any.
No, I made that mistake because I had the heater on and I had my dehumidifier running and I had the air fryer going, and immediately I lost all power in my house. I was like, oh.
So for the Super Bowl, I made buffalo wings.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, they weren't great.
Okay.
But like I don't know what I did wrong, but they just I don't know, the sauce like didn't like really hold on to them very well.
Was your sauce? I bet your sauce was too diluted, so it didn't like actually stick to it.
I made the mistake of cooking the chicken legs. They're like little drumsticks, in the sauce, and I think that's what did it. You have to cook the wings, the chicken first, and then pour the sauce over them.
Yeah, the sauce goes on last.
Yeah, I made that mistake.
Because then you have like
I had two
up.
bottles. I had 2 bottles of sauce. So the first bottle I cooked them in, so the chicken itself absorbed all the juices.
So the chicken was buffalo. But there was no buffalo on the chicken.
No, hold on. And then I took them out of the pan, put them in a bowl, let them kind of dry out a little bit. And then I poured the more buffalo sauce over the top of that, and then put them back on a cookie sheet, and then cooked them that way. And they were not bad. They weren't bad. They weren't great, but they weren't bad.
They weren't like the ones you'd buy.
No, so we saved the rest of. We didn't eat a whole lot of them, so we put them in a freezer bag. We put them in the freezer. We air fried them last night, and holy crap, they were delicious.
Okay, so I didn't know how to.
That's what I'm going to do from now on.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going to do from now on. I was like, cook them, freeze them, and then air fry them.
But why don't you just air fry them and then put buffalo on it?
I mean, I could, yeah.
Because I think that's how you're supposed to. I mean, that's how restaurants make them.
But talking about the food I made at the Super Bowl segues into what the teaser I posted on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook.
Just let everyone know I don't know anything about this topic besides.
I sent him everything, but he did not read them.
I didn't know.
Which I'm kind of glad you didn't. So this all comes from our cousin's husband. Made a post on Super Bowl Sunday. Congratulations to the Buccaneers, by the way. I did not want Tom Brady winning another ring, but he went and did it anyway. And he said, his post said rigged. All he posted. And I said, my response was, I mean, all the calls have been justified, and I'm rooting for the Chiefs. And the Chiefs had a bunch of penalties against them. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think they
didn't want him to win either. They're like, I'm going to stop you no matter what.
I think they had 9 in the first half.
Jesus.
For like 135 yards.
On a Super Bowl, that just makes you look really bad.
Yeah. So he said, LOL, no, and I'm rooting for Brady. I said, okay, well then just tell me which one wasn't a justified call. And he said the pass interference on the safety. I said, you're telling me okay, so what had happened there was the safety literally grabbed the wide receiver, prevented him from doing his slant route that he needed to do, and Brady threw the ball as if he was going to make that slant. So if he had been able to make that slant, yeah. So, yeah, the ball was uncatchable because he was being held.
Yeah.
So, and I said, well, I mean, if that's the case, then like maybe they should stop committing penalties because that's just where it is.
Yeah, maybe you should just play the game the way they're supposed to play the game.
And then he kept saying, he said it was a free touchdown without question. Say whatever you want. I said, you can't drill common sense into someone who doesn't want to listen to it. And then his mom comments on that thread and says, that's not very nice, young man.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So my response was, LOL, okay, with the okay emoji. Right? And he says, whoa, man, not towards the mom, too far. Like, I said, too far? I said, okay, man.
Yeah.
Like, settle down. And he said, not a battle you want to start, brother. First of all, if you say brother, to me, I automatically view you as a tool. Like,
yeah. No.
Like, you could say bro, you could say man, you could say dude. Don't call me brother. Like, and I said, okay, so she can make a comment to me, but when I say okay, it's too far. I said, you might want to slow down on the Bud Lights because, and this goes back to a previous altercation we had a couple years ago when we were arguing about the Super Bowl, ironically, and he literally told me, man, I've had too many Bud Lights. And I was like, understandable. So it wasn't like I'm sitting there calling him an alcoholic.
He drinks a lot.
But I was just referring back to one of our old altercations. And he immediately went on the defense, which now tells me that you probably are an alcoholic. And he says, okay, might want to speed it up on the podcast. Views might need your attention. First of all, we're 13, this is now 14 episodes in. We've literally been doing this since the last week of October. I don't expect us to be huge right now.
No, I mean, we literally just started.
Yeah, and views and downloads aren't that bad.
No, they're pretty decent.
We just now put everything up, I think the first week of December?
Somewhere around there.
On Apple and all that stuff, and we're already over 300 downloads, like, in 2 months.
Yeah, faster than, like, I thought we would be doing at all.
That's 150 downloads a month for 4 episodes a month.
Yeah, I thought a lot of this would be staying within family and friends, like, for a year.
Yeah, I did too. I wasn't expecting anything like this. I was expecting like 20. I was expecting us to just now maybe hit 100 downloads.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, views are fine. Ain't too worried, but I'm pretty sure you got some issues right now. And then he goes on to, okay, first of all, for everyone to know, he's a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Already means your opinion probably doesn't matter.
And he goes on to say, well, I didn't get the rest of this because I have now been blocked. Because of this. He blocked me.
What that's a coward move.
I know. Like, talk about the biggest ever. Like,
he says, I'm just going to end the argument here.
No, the better part is he said, not a battle you want to start, brother, and then blocked me.
And
actually, I think it might be a battle you don't want to start.
It seems like a battle you felt like you were losing, so you're like, I'm just gonna leave and then not let you come back.
But then he goes on to say, hey, how the Rams doing? Bro, we just made it to the playoffs. Yeah, we lost, but your Cowboys lost the worst division in the NFL to a team with no name.
Wait.
They lost to the Washington football team. The Washington football team won the division.
I'll be honest, I haven't been watching football in a while. So I basically, all I know is what other people tell me. That's funny. Yeah. I like that.
His team lost to a division to a team with no name. That's gone through 3 separate quarterbacks. I just, like, you can't come at me when you're, I literally, my response was, better than your Cowboys. Like, how did you think that you were going to win that battle, for one? Like, when my team was in the playoffs, and then your team didn't even come close to making it at all. And then he kept going on about how I was rude to his mom, which I don't know. I mean, you let me know in the comments or, on Facebook or whatever. If I went too far, let me know.
Listen, I don't care who you are. You come into my conversation trying to start something, or like when you're like in that situation where she's like, I think you went a little far. It's like, you've now entered the fire range, all right?
Yeah.
You have become my target practice at this point. So yeah. I don't care. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're my mother. If you come into my chat and try to stop me when I'm spitting fire, you're going to get some fire shot at you.
And I literally told him that my exact words, I'm pretty sure they're my exact words. I can't exactly remember what I said, but I'm pretty sure what I said was, she came into she commented to me first. I didn't mention her. She mentioned my name and said, that's not very nice, young man. She mentioned me first. I said, if she don't want a splashback, she needs to stay away from the pool.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because it's like his mom saw that he was losing a battle and it's like, I'm going to come fight for his honor. And she just got knocked right out of the
And then I got called disrespectful.
Yeah.
For what? For saying okay?
Stay out of a conversation.
I said okay.
Not your conversation, by the way.
I said okay. That's literally all I said to her. I never mentioned her name again. I said okay. That's all I said. And he blocked me on Facebook. Like, 100% blocked me. Like, you are a coward and have lost all respect for me. And you know what? Now that you mentioned our podcast and about how bad we are, apparently, now you're being blasted on the podcast. So, boom, take that.
Yeah.
This goes back to our conversation last week. If you don't want to be on our podcast, if you're family, don't do something stupid.
Yeah,
this was stupid.
If you do something stupid, I'm going to call you out. I don't care who you are.
And this goes back to actually 3 episodes ago, I believe, to where we said, if you can't take it, don't dish it out.
Exactly. 100%. I don't like if I start something and I can't win, then like anyone can feel 100% free to come at me for it. Because like I started a fight, I can't win. Trust me, I've lost a lot of arguments.
Oh yeah.
And I still hear about it sometimes. But I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, because I picked a dumb fight and I lost.
But don't come in there and say, first of all, your ridiculous posts of rigged, like really rigged. The Chiefs were the favorites to win. So how is it rigged? If anything, like and here's the thing. A lot of people on Facebook were still blaming the refs for all of it, right? The final score was 31-9.
It's like,
I'm sorry.
The refs can only help you
like,
so much.
Yeah, if you were losing, if you lost by like 6 points,
or you missed by a field, like you lost by a field goal,
then I could understand that statement. But when you lose by 22 points, that's 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
When you travel,
that is
to the Super Bowl,
300 yards.
Yeah, that's 22 points, man. That's 3 touchdowns, 2 field goals, and a 2-point conversion, just to tie the game.
Just to have a chance to win.
And that's like not even them, like Tampa Bay scoring another touchdown anywhere in that, which they probably could have. They were on fire. But like, you can't argue that the refs are the reason why the Chiefs lost if they lost by 22 points.
I wonder if Brady's going to reach the point where he has like a ring for each finger and he's just going to like take pictures with every single ring going from now on.
I mean, he's got 7. All he needs is 3 more.
3 more. I think he could do it too before he starts getting like arthritis or something.
I mean, he flat out said right after the Super, like they asked him if he was coming back next year. He said, "Yeah, of course, man. What'd you expect?"
He's going to be the guy where the day that he loses a Super Bowl, that he doesn't win a Super Bowl, it's going to be sad. Has he lost a Super Bowl?
Yep.
Okay, so he has lost.
Yeah. He lost to the Eagles and he's lost to the Giants.
Oh, that Eagles one was a good one though.
Mm-hmm. And that was to a backup quarterback.
Yeah, that was one of the. I know it sounds bad because you know what? It doesn't sound bad because I don't claim to be a football fan. I enjoy the strategy of football and I can watch it and I can predict a lot of moves that people make. So a lot of it, I just watch it. I don't watch it for the team or anything. I watch it for the strategy and seeing how people move. I talked about this before, I think. But yeah, I don't claim to be a football fan, so I don't watch a lot of Super Bowl games or a lot of football games unless I'm with somebody. Yeah. But I did watch the Eagles and in that Super Bowl, and that was a really good one that I watched. I watched
really
that. I'm like, wow, this is interesting.
But they have the Buccaneers have a wide receiver on their team. Well,
they probably have a couple actually.
Well, yeah. Yes, they do. They have a lot of players going into free agency this offseason. And he came out and said, "I will take a pay cut to keep these guys on the team."
Okay.
Like that is one. That's a team player. That's a selfless dude.
Yeah.
Like he just wants his winning team to stay together.
I feel like the only reason people don't like Tom Brady is because he's Tom Brady, because he's too good, and nobody wants to root for the top guy. Everyone wants to root for the underdog, even though the top guy's a good guy.
I said congratulations, Tom Brady, at the start of this whole segment. I despise Tom Brady.
But is it just because of
No, that's because two of the last 3 times the Rams have been to the Super Bowl has been against Tom Brady, and we've lost those 2 times.
Yeah, exactly. You don't like Tom Brady because he's Tom Brady, because he's good. Yeah. Nobody dislikes Tom Brady because they're like, oh, Tom Brady kicked a puppy when he was 9.
Well, no. Okay, so our last Super Bowl appearance, we played against the Patriots. Not even Tom Brady looked good that game. The game was won 13-3. Like
no one really did too much offensively.
No, not at all. It was a complete defensive game. Which, everyone was like, oh, that was a boring game. A defensive battle is a fantastic game.
a good defense is a force to be reckoned with. That stuff is scary.
I mean,
when someone can run through a line and just sack a quarterback consecutively, like that's scary and that's good to watch.
That literally, I mean, they literally have a phrase that says defense wins championships.
It does, 100%. Because if you can score 1 point on offense, but have a defense that stops their offense, you win.
Which, I mean, they say that, but literally this last season, the Rams were ranked number 1 in defense all around, like in almost every category, and got stomped on by the Packers.
Well, that's because you guys have a shit offense. I cussed. Damn it. I insulted the Rams. I have to drink. Actually, I don't know anything about the Rams other than what you tell me, but I also enjoy.
Oh, our offense was not great last season.
I also really enjoy disrespecting your team just because it's your team and because I like to see your reaction.
Everyone does. I'm like I'm literally the only Rams fan I know. Like I don't know like anyone
even the Rams
inner circle. But we just got a new quarterback, so.
I kind of want to start watching football again just because I enjoy watching the strategy, but I don't want to pick a team because I don't want to be disappointed.
Well, then no, just watch it for fun.
That's a lot of time. Oh, I guess I could. Yeah, doesn't matter.
I've been a Rams fan since 1999, so I'm kind of invested.
I've been alive since 1997, so. I guess technically I was a Cowboys fan since I was like 1 or 2 because there's so many pictures of me as a baby wearing Cowboys stuff.
Oh, that wasn't a choice.
Yeah.
That wasn't a choice. That was forced upon
you. Yeah, and then once I grew to the ripe old age of like 7 and I knew better, I was like, I don't like
ripe old age of 7.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when I had the intelligence to know that the Cowboys aren't that good.
Oh, they're not. Oh my God, I saw a meme that was like it said Tom Brady's daughter, age 8, has held a Lombardi trophy longer than any Dallas Cowboys player in the last 20 years.
Oh my God. Oh, that's so good. Oh my God.
And they said that there's another one that also said that they're going to start having the Super Bowl take place in Dallas every year to make sure that there's no home field advantage anymore. Because the Super Bowl this year was located in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had ultimate home field advantage.
Well, okay, so as a guy that, again, doesn't know too much about football, what does home field advantage even mean? Because I mean, obviously, like, I guess morale, but like, other than that, I guess you know the field?
You know the field better, yeah.
Like, because each field has like a different, like, turf and everything.
I mean, okay, well,
turf natural.
Usually, home field advantage, you're going to have more of your fans in the stands.
So it's really just a moral.
Yeah. So like when you're on offense, they're going to be a little quieter, so that way everyone can hear. But when you're on defense, they'll be super loud, so the offense can't hear themselves like telling each other the play.
Okay, that's an interesting. That's an interesting way to look at it. Okay.
But this year with COVID, I mean, there's not really home field advantage because
less people out.
The only people they let into there was, I think, 30,000.
It was friends and family, right?
It was 30,000 total people in the stands, but they gave away tickets to frontline workers. So it's not like I don't think there was really huge fans of each side, like of each team in the stands. So it wasn't really home field advantage, I guess you could say.
Now, if you ask those people that got the free tickets, would they rather just have the money that the tickets were worth or the tickets?
Oh, I'm sure they would. Those things are probably easy $6,000 a piece.
Yeah, I think I'd rather just take the money instead of you.
And that's for the top seats. That's not front row. That's not down at the bottom.
That's even more disrespectful.
Those are probably like $10,000 seats right there.
Yeah. So that goes along the lines of, I feel like a lot of people that have been getting compensation for like COVID and everything, or being the people that are like being praised, they're getting moral praise instead of like, just give me money. Instead of giving me gifts that cost money.
Yeah, no kidding,
those people money. That's what they need.
I'd much rather have the money.
Yeah, don't give me a Super Bowl ticket. I could go to a Super Bowl next year or the year after. Give me the $10,000.
Could you? They're expensive.
Well, still, I would be like, you have the rest of your life to potentially have the opportunity of a Super Bowl.
True.
But I would, like, in a hard time like this, like, say some of those workers are just like, oh, yeah, like, I barely made rent. I only have, like, $200 for my food. And they gave me a Super Bowl ticket. I'd be like, how? No. I would just sell the Super Bowl ticket and take the money.
Right? Yeah.
I don't want to be hungry at a Super Bowl. I'd rather be belly stuffed watching the Super Bowl on my TV.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I feel about it, too. Like, I went to a Rams game 2 years ago. And it was really cool to go. Well, not 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? Maybe it was a year ago. Year and a half ago, something like that. It was really cool, though, to go, like, to be there and, like, but
it's a hassle to get there, though, and to set up.
First of all, I'm terrified of heights.
And you had a pretty high seat, I'm assuming.
Dude, those seats aren't like normal bleachers, you know, like where they're like that. They're like that. Like, I mean, they're very vertical.
Okay.
It's like you if you stand up in the seat, like not in the seat, but stand up where you're sitting. If you lose your balance, you're going down about 5 or 6 rows. Like, and it's so crazy. I felt like I was going to fall several times.
Like you have a seat here, and there was a big drop off, and then another seat way down below.
No, I'm just saying that's how vertical the seats were. Was like there's not a whole lot of room for your feet. They
really want to pack people in there.
It's like seat. Like the seat comes down, and then from the edge of the seat, you have like maybe 6 inches, and then it's the next seat.
It's like airplane seats.
Yeah, like they're so
dropping
close
down
together. Yeah, and it's so steep, like going down. Like, I mean, you would literally fall very far.
That's. See, I feel like because people think of like going to a football game, and they only think about the football game. They don't think about the parking and then the lines to actually get to your seat and the concession stands. And getting food and getting drinks and having to pee in the middle of a game and going through 1,000 people to find a restroom and then waiting in line with 50 people to go to the restroom. Mm-hmm. Like you pay for like a couple-hour experience when it takes you like 6 hours just to be able to get to the experience and then leave the experience.
It was $12 a beer.
Yeah, exactly. And then the cut through.
Like I could buy a whole 12-pack for like $15.
Yeah.
Like I think I got 4 total beers. I spent $50 on beer for 4 beers.
Yeah, it's that kind of stuff is ridiculous when you think about it, because a lot of people when they tell the story, they'll still only tell about the actual game.
Yeah.
But then if you ask them about the party and everything, they'll be like, "Oh my god, it was so bad." That's why
we got lucky. My sister-in-law's boyfriend's dad works at
See
the
how
stadium.
far down you can go down that line.
He works at the stadium.
That's cool.
So we rode with him when he went to work.
So like super early.
Yeah, and then he took us on his golf cart around the stadium. Like,
that's cool.
I'm not a Cowboy fan by any means, but we got within 4 feet of Dak Prescott.
I mean, which in general is cool, because even if you like the Cowboys, you have to give a little bit of respect to some of the like players, because some of their players are like legends.
Yeah, I mean, it was just cool, like being that close to someone who's basically, I mean, he's pretty much a celebrity. Did
I tell you about when we were in Houston, Texas? Me and Dad used to go to the gym and have Houston Texans there. Like, I saw a dude from the Houston Texans do leg press, and his muscles.
You know who?
I think it was either a running back or one of the wide receivers. I knew his name, but I don't know enough about the Texans to remember his name. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I was trying to remember.
But this guy had this guy would do like bicep curls and have a bicep on his bicep. He would do this and have a muscle bulging out of every area.
Those guys are ripped, dude.
This guy had weights stacked on top of the weights because there's no more places to put weights on. He was like, I guess I'll just stack them. And I would do leg press like a little bit after him and look ridiculous, but oh my god. Like, to see a man that built in real life, you're just like, Jesus.
Yeah, like it's one thing seeing him on TV, but like when you see him in person, you're like, wow.
Yeah, like this man was, I mean, built like a brick house. This guy was just huge. I could never be that. That requires like dedication 24/7, but he gets paid millions of dollars, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Why are you even at this gym?
A lot of money.
A lot of the time, I was like, "Why are you even coming here?" I guess it's just like publicity. I go, hey, by the way, you see me in public.
Maybe not that. Maybe it's just like a gym he likes to go to. Like,
It was a decent gym, but it wasn't like the best gym. I mean, there was a gym.
But if he was from that area and he loved that gym, then that's where he's comfortable. So,
Which it was weird because the gym was a walking distance from where we lived.
all right.
I'll have to get verification from Dad about it. He has a better memory of me than me from that many years ago.
Oh yeah.
He might be like, oh no, that wasn't even Houston Texans. That was just some.
That was just some rip.
I'm pretty sure it was like if
I could not dedicate that much of my life to working out.
I could if I was getting paid millions of dollars.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. If my job was to be that ripped and that's all I had to do, yeah, I would do that. But like
right now, I wouldn't know because I have too many things to worry about right now. I'm not going to work out. I'm just like, God, like, what am I going to cook for dinner? Like, what time do I have to go to work tomorrow? When can I get the next day off?
They have people cooking their food for them, so they don't need all that.
They could pay for a butler to hand feed them while they're working out.
Yeah.
So yeah, when your only concern is how good am I at my job and what do I need to do to get that good at my job, then it's a lot easier. When your job is not healthy, it's a lot easier. Not diminishing the work that they have to put in because they destroy their bodies so often in order to just play for a couple of hours. Like what they put themselves. I mean, because they get injured during practices sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Think about any job you have that you practice and then get hurt in while you're practicing.
Could you imagine like going home and working on something to be better at your job and then getting injured while doing that so you can't do your actual job?
Yeah, can you imagine typing at your computer to be better at putting information in at your computer at work and then you break your fingers and be like, well, I was practicing at home trying to get better and now I can't work. And they won't pay you for that.
I'd be like coming on like me on but between doing podcasts, on a way to make my voice sound better, and then like
losing your voice,
destroying my freaking vocal cords.
Hey guys, welcome to the podcast.
Then you just sound like a freaking raspy Fran Drescher, and
sound like a feral ghoul from Fallout. That's a reference a lot of people watching this show will get.
What, Fallout?
Yeah, I don't know how many games.
I love that game.
It's such a good game.
Have you played 76?
So I played 76. I pre-ordered it, and then when I played it, because it was brand new, it was horrible.
And it's good now.
Yeah, it really knocked me out of it though. So it's like it's so hard for me to get up the emotional fortitude to download it and play it again because I'm like all I have is the memories of when it sucked and there was nothing to do.
I played that a lot. I started playing this game, which I know it's an old game, but it was on the Xbox Game Pass for free. So I was like, I'll try it. People were telling me it's good. It's called The Outer Worlds. It's kind of like Fallout and Mass Effect mixed into one.
That's not an older game that just came out last year.
Did it really?
Yes, that's a brand new game.
Oh, well, it was on Xbox.
That was like being talked about for I think a year before it came out. I played that game.
Well.
So the main storyline was short. You can finish that game very quickly if you try.
Oh yeah. I got to this point where I was like, I feel like this is the last mission, but I don't want to. I feel like I haven't done enough in this game yet to like go to the last mission. So I started the game all over again.
In that game's defense, the company that made the game, because it was Bethesda, right? Was it Bethesda or Obsidian?
Obsidian.
So Obsidian made Fallout New Vegas. Bethesda made Fallout 3 and 4 and 76.
76.
And all of the Elder Scrolls, of course. Yes. All of those games are very notorious for their side quests, but you can finish the main story, within I think 2 hours probably.
Not Skyrim.
Skyrim I've speedrun that main story pretty quickly a couple times.
I don't finish the main story until I've done all the main side missions first.
But you can finish the main story within 2 hours, I think.
My main goal this is gonna really bore some of these people, but my main goal in Skyrim is to join the Thieves Guild.
Thieves Guild or the Dark Brotherhood?
No, hold on.
Okay.
Get into that.
Continue.
I joined the Thieves Guild, go through that whole thing to get the skeleton key, never turn in the skeleton key,
Okay.
And then just do everything. So my lock picking skills like just go crazy high because the key never breaks.
Wow, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I did not consider the fact you can just keep the key and just don't open up the door.
Yeah, you just go all through those missions, get the skeleton key, stop doing those missions, and then go on with everything else.
It's really
you keep the skeleton key the whole time.
This is only. Dad's gonna be so pissed that we're talking about video games. You're like, your podcast was so boring. You only talked about. But
I said it was gonna bore some people.
Hey, you know what? But there's a lot of people I think that listen that probably play video games. I know Michaela. I know you're listening to this, so hey, Michaela, getting a shout out.
Hey, Michaela. Hi.
You'll get your T-shirt eventually. I promise.
Once we get our money.
But when I'm sad that the Dark Brotherhood side quest was so much better than the entire main storyline.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
It has such a good story, and the main storyline is like, hey, by the way, you're a Dragonborn. Go kill this main dragon, and eventually you just get to the main dragon. There was not really much that like, oh my god. But then the Dark Brotherhood, like,
dude, have you
betrayal?
Have you played the DLCs?
I've played everything.
Okay, you played the Dragonborn DLC.
That was a really good. I didn't like the like kind of like the other dimension. I thought that it was.
I liked the new armor.
Yes, the armor was nice, but the entire way of like you have to like read the book and then go into the other world.
Oh, yeah,
I thought the other world sucked. I was like,
oh my god, it was so annoying.
It was. I was like, every time I was like, God, I just want to finish this. Like, this sucks.
Like the enemies were not hard to kill, but they were just so annoying how they just randomly show up and then
they randomly show up and you have to watch out for the big guys, like the weird fish people.
Yeah, and it's just like ugh.
And then the final boss of fighting the main guy, I forget his name. But like the dead Dragonborn, like fighting him, that fight wasn't bad. But if he weren't completely prepared, it was annoying.
Yeah, you just transporting everywhere. I hated it, man. It was just annoying.
But what was it? Where the ashes? I forget the. I feel bad for not knowing the name because it's such a big place. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Yeah, I know. I can't think of it either.
Morrowind? Was that the?
Yeah, Morrowind, yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, Morrowind had its own whole thing, so I was glad they made it a DLC, because I didn't get to experience it, because I never finished Oblivion.
Yeah, I never did either.
And I tried to get into Oblivion, but it looks so bad now that I just can't play it. It did not age well.
If they remade it, I'd play it.
Yeah, it did not age well. Yeah, so, what is his name? Todd? Remake Oblivion, and I guarantee you people would buy it and make it look better.
Yeah, I mean, if they remade it, I'd play it.
Did you get Cyberpunk 2077?
No. I have no desire to play it, man.
I pre-ordered it the second I heard about it. I pre-ordered it, and I was so excited, and it was being so hyped, and then I was defending them for so long, where I was just like, you guys really
There's no defending it anymore.
There's not, because it's just like, you guys had so long, and it didn't get released like too far behind when it was supposed to be.
I've never seen a game get so much hype and then everyone just stops talking about it because of how bad it was.
Yeah, because it got so much hype, and then so many people were defending it immediately, and there was very few people that were talking bad about it, because it's kind of like watching a new Harry Potter movie or watching a new season of Dragon Ball Z, or just like it's Dragon Ball or it's Harry Potter. Like, how can you hate it? Or like a new Star Wars movie where it's just like, oh, but it's Star Wars. Like, I don't want to talk bad about Star Wars, but then a new one comes out and you're like, but it's trash. Like, how do I defend this?
Speaking of Star Wars, we'll just kind of
let's shift off.
Did you hear about the girl that played the what was her face in The Mandalorian?
The buff one?
Yeah.
God, that. Oh, God,
she's been fired.
But I thought she was being defended. Like, all I kept on saying was how she was being defended by everyone.
Well, yeah, they're defending her, but Disney fired her.
Yeah, because I know they've tried to fire her a couple of times, and then the media kept on coming around and be like, no, like, she's amazing. I can't believe. Did they fire her just based on her fucking God? Did they fire her just because of her political opinion?
Yeah, because she kept posting on social media.
But it's her personal social media.
If they have something in her contract, then they have every right to do it.
I think that's stupid. I guess she should have made a non-official Twitter to talk about it, but
But you know what's crazy is like,
who cares?
What she posted isn't entirely untrue.
No, it's not. But
I mean,
it's because it's political, and people didn't like it.
She may have taken it to like an extreme level to make the example, but it is kind of true.
I 100% support her in the idea of, so she's in a position where she can cause influence.
Yes.
She is,
and I think that's where the problem is.
Yeah, because
I think that's where the problem lied.
I can see where there would be in the contract saying like no influencing political things, like don't post anything political, but at the same time, like it's her opinion, and what is she just not allowed to have an opinion because she works with Disney, which I don't agree with it, but I can see Disney doing that because they're Disney, and Disney has virtually become a monopoly at this point. Disney owns Fox News.
Mm-hmm. Disney owns like everything, dude.
Yeah, Disney
has their hands in everything.
I think we talked about this when we were talking about The Mandalorian, because like Disney, Nestle, and a couple other companies own literally the world, basically.
Yeah.
Because like it's hard to get a product that doesn't have 3 base names on it.
Yeah. I mean, there's Apple. Apple's one of them.
But no, I mean like because Nestle owns everything from their chocolate milk to a vast majority of food products, milk products, drinks in general, home goods. Like it's hard to find a product and not look at the bottom of it and not see like Nestle or one of the other major names. I'm saying like those, because I mean even Google's owned by Alphabet, and Alphabet owns Google isn't just Google. Google is owned by Alphabet. Alphabet is bigger than Google. You can buy Google.
Never heard of Alphabet.
Exactly. It's one of those things where you're like, oh my God, I didn't realize there was a level above this. Yeah, there's a level above Google, and it's Alphabet. And if you look at the stocks for Google and then look at the stocks for Alphabet, oh boy, does it jump up. You looking it up right now?
No.
Oh. Actually, here, let me find. I have a little stock market thing.
I was trying to find out information about something else.
Okay. So here, let me...
Unrelated to the show.
Okay. Oh, is there not Google? Okay, no, Alphabet is Google. Okay. So if you try to look for Google stock, it's under Alphabet. I want you to take a wild guess at how much the price per share is.
Hold on. Wait, what?
How much do you think the price per share of Google stock is, of Alphabet stock?
Say $250.
$250?
Mm-hmm.
The price of Alphabet stock as of right now, because it just updated, $2,084.52 to own one share of Alphabet. The total company value is $1.4 trillion. Now, let's compare that to Apple. Let me see if I can find Apple here. So, Apple. Oh, actually, Apple's worth more. Apple is worth $2.3 trillion, but the price per share is $134. So Alphabet share is worth more, but the company is worth less. Apple's worth more, but the share is worth less. But I guarantee you they have thousands upon thousands of more shares.
Oh yeah.
Which I don't know the specifics of like.
No, I don't either. I don't even want to try to get into all that because
that would take an entire TED talk, an entire like college class.
Yeah, that's
an entire college course in itself of just stocks, not to mention like learning past that.
That's too much right there. That's too much.
Well, third time swearing. So.
Oh, did you say one?
I didn't take the one from last time.
Oh, okay.
When I dropped the F-bomb.
All right. Well, we need to take a break, and we need to take a break. All right. Well, here we're back. We're ready to do a little bit more before we wrap up episode 14.
Is it? Oh, it's already 14.
Mm-hmm. We're at 14 already.
It's been, what is that, like 3 months?
Yeah. November, December, January. Yeah, about 3.5 months.
Yeah. I'm almost saying that 4 mark.
I know. Wait till we hit that year mark. That's gonna be crazy.
It is. We're gonna have to do something special for the year mark.
Yeah.
Have to think of
something. Yeah, we'll think of something cool. Do a giveaway.
I was, well, I mean, we could do that. So I was saying we talked about something before about doing it at a location, but.
Oh yeah. If we have to have the followers and the listeners for it though.
I still think that we'd have to find a place. Like that would be the difficult part, is finding the place.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think if we think we're going to get it, then we need to plan ahead and get it ready.
Yes, agreed.
In case of it, I still want to pick up those the Bluetooth microphones that you clip onto your chest.
Oh yeah.
Down. The audio comes out really clear on those if you buy the good ones, but I think the good ones are pretty pricey.
Oh yeah,
but if we can get the following, then I'm willing to do it.
Okay, well then you heard it here.
If you guys can make it worth the money, then I'll.
If you guys can share this so much to where we get so big enough, he will spend money.
I will spend money.
He will spend money to do something special.
I mean, I'll spend money regardless, but yeah, let's put a stake on it.
I mean, normally I will too, but I'm being kind of put on a hiatus for right now.
I'm not. I have more free money than usual, but I'm also trying to save it for a house.
Well, we are going to South Carolina next month.
Next month, very close.
And then we're also going to Florida in June, so.
That's also close.
Yeah.
That's actually the next. No, I was going to be like, that's the next 2 months, but.
No. Next 4 months, yes.
Yeah, no, my brain. In all honesty, I have issues where I still have to, I don't know what months have how many days, and I don't know what number each month is except for September and every month after September to December. But before that, I'm literally just like, oh, January, February, March. Okay. I have to do that. It's sad.
My wife just got done paying off her car, so that's going to save us money there.
That's going to save you a lot of money.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. And then I had a dream. I had a dream.
I was about to make that joke.
That I pulled up to the house and there was some brand new silver SUV in the driveway. And I walked in and I was like, "Hey, whose car is that?" And she's like, "Oh, it's mine. Don't be mad." I'm like, "We just got done paying off a car."
Hopefully that's not an ill omen that somehow the other car is going to get messed up.
Yeah, hopefully not. Especially not my truck. Oh. My truck needs new tires, though, for sure. Eventually I'll get into that.
Everything about my car was good, except for the issues I told you about when I got it.
Yeah.
That is going to be basically a $2,200 repair, though. Yeah. It's a little bit pricey, but at least I can afford it, so it's fun.
Well, see, my truck, I need new tires, and I have a problem with the brake discs, and I think they're warped. Because only when I press the brake does the entire truck vibrate.
Sounds like, I mean, I was going to say it sounds like this, but I know nothing about cars. I still think it's weird. I can tell you more about aircrafts than I can the car that I drove.
That's not weird, seeing as how you worked on aircrafts and you've not worked on cars.
But it's it's you would be like, oh, it's your car, you know about it. I'm like, oh, I keep on telling people it's a 2003 when it's a 2005.
I mean, I know what year mine is, so
I'll remember now. Actually, I might have even gotten it wrong. Maybe it's a 2003 and I think it's 2005 now. Oh no, so, I'm bad with that.
As I was saying at the beginning of the show, my kids are home. We are officially have all week been on snow days because of all the ice and now the unprecedented amount of snow that we're supposed to get. I don't think I used that term correctly.
It's very precedented.
It is precedented.
I don't know if that's the right word either. It's precedented.
It's not what we're used to in the state of Oklahoma.
No. It's definitely weird, but we have gone a good amount of time to prepare for it.
Yes, we have. And we still make it not a whole lot. We don't know. Oklahoma's crazy when it comes to weather. I mean, they could say they're predicting 10 to 15 inches. We could literally get like 2, and then that's it.
Yeah, I mean, there's been times where it snowed, and the next day it's like 60.
Yeah.
Insane.
But they're saying, like Tuesday's high is supposed to be like 6 degrees.
Oh yeah, Monday's low is -6.
Yeah, and then you got to factor in the wind chills.
Oh, the wind chill's probably gonna be -15.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not really looking forward to that.
No, I'm actually scared that I'm gonna lose water. Like, I know that I have like a heating strip around my water line. I don't know if that'll be enough.
So I'm afraid I'm gonna lose power. But like we have a generator, but I don't think I have the cord to plug into the house.
And do you have enough gas to run a generator for a while?
Well, I mean, I could go get gas.
Could you?
But I don't have enough gas cans. That's my problem.
Yeah. I was like, if you were snowed in, could you go get gas?
Well, I mean, I would do that this weekend.
Yeah.
But
tomorrow. That's all the time you would have is tomorrow.
Oh yeah, today and tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
But it's just like
it sucks when like they say something, but the way it works around here is like they'll say something and not to their fault, but the weather here, because we're central of everything.
Yeah.
Like it gets crazy. We're in tornado.
Oh yeah.
Like they could say it's snowing and it could be beach weather. We don't know.
We could have the first ever snow-nado.
A tornado simultaneously being shot by lightning with snow in it.
Yeah.
Pulling a cow in a truck.
That's the kind of state we live in. Like, you just don't know what's gonna produce out of that. Like,
and with the way weather's been recently, where like every state's been getting crazy weather constantly.
But like today, they decided to do virtual learning. They've been out all week, but today they decided to do it. And so I got my kids' stuff done, and on my daughter's homework, it said, on her schoolwork, it said to attach or like do it on a separate piece of paper and like turn it in when they return to school. And then my wife gets a text message saying, it shows that she turned in her work, but there's no attachment. So now I'm confused. Like, do I send an attachment or?
So definitely I think what they're trying to do is because they're trying to do electronic grading as well. So they want the actual the actual assignment that gets graded is going to be the attachment. And then they want a physical one just because school and they're stupid.
I just don't understand. Like, if you want the attachment, you need to say that in the work and don't just assume that I know to add an attachment.
Going on that, you have to realize that these are people that don't know what they're doing, being told, hey, you now have to do online learning. Like, you now have to set out. They're not setting it up, but they're running off of a system that isn't made properly, that doesn't have any kind of good maintenance, that's being monitored, modded, and having admins that don't know exactly what they're doing because this isn't their profession. Like, the entire system of online learning right now in a school that's only done physical learning, it's completely broken, and people don't know what's going on. And not to mention the power grab that these teachers are now getting, being able to, like, talk to these students and basically fully control these students when it comes to these online classes. And have you seen all the messages of teachers getting onto their students for having their back turned to the camera or not being dressed formally in front of the camera during
that's where
or not eating in front of their cameras during class? Like eating in front of their camera during class when they're not supposed to be eating during class. It's just like, I'm at home.
Yeah.
You can't control my home life.
That's where I don't get it, is like they're at home. They're like, why get dressed for school if you're going to be comfortable at home? Like, why would I change my clothes out of my pajamas?
Yeah.
To sit in front of a computer screen for an hour and then change back into my pajamas. Like,
I am in my home. Damn it. There's a bathroom right there. I am not going to ask you if I can use the bathroom. I'm going to use the damn bathroom.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't understand that part of it because, like, now you're forcing our children to use more clothes than they need to
while they're at home.
While they're at home, in order for me as the parent to now have to wash more clothes because you forced them to change clothes.
Not only that, like, being a parent, it's like you're going to tell my child in my home using my computer that they can eat my food in front of the camera that I bought them. It's like, no, you.
Well, and here's the other thing I don't get is like, not everyone has cameras on their laptops.
Not everyone has computers at home.
Yeah, and then you're gonna like, so now these parents have to go out and buy this stuff in order for, like, if you're going to force us to do this, you need to give us the money to do this.
Or the school is going to give a child a computer that they are now responsible for, this $1,000 computer that this small preteen child is now in control of.
Listen, I only have a camera on my computer right now because of you.
Yeah.
I didn't buy it. Now, I bought this mic and I bought the computer, but I did not buy the camera.
Yeah, and there's so much that this is 100% not the school's fault when it comes to funding, because the school doesn't have the funding anyways. I mean, I say that, but then they keep on building up football stadiums and buying football and sports equipment, but yet they can't get a book for a child. But it's the entire system not giving enough money to.
Or they're feeding our children ham and cheese sandwiches for lunch, like.
Yeah.
If you can afford all this stuff for football, you can afford.
How about lay off the new bench press and maybe get my child something better than packaged ham?
Yeah, all they need is free weights. Just give them free weights. They don't need some new fancy machine. And
I say this coming from multiple schools that had multiple football teams that had multiple very high dollar gym equipment, and yet the entire some of the schools had tiles coming out of the classrooms on the ceiling, or didn't have enough desks for all the children.
Yeah, it's getting dispersed incorrectly.
But it's also because a lot of the principals used to be high school football players and stuff like that.
True.
The entire system, the entire American school system's destroyed, and we can't even go into that because there's so many things that need to be talked about. Because everything about everything is messed up. We're one of the few first world countries that have this bad of a school system.
It's ridiculous.
And I'm about the sad talk about the schools.
Yeah. Let's get into a happier topic before we get out of here.
Suicide.
Not that. So we posted on Instagram and on Facebook and asked what your biggest fear was. Now, I'm getting a little disappointed in you people because you're not responding. But we did get one response. And I'm not going to say who it is because that's just not what I'm about. But their response was zebras.
It was me.
It wasn't me either.
No, it wasn't me.
But I'm not one to judge really quickly. Like, I try to understand a little bit more.
Did they just say zebras, or did they give a reason?
No, they just said zebras.
Okay.
But what is there to be afraid of a zebra?
That you're not afraid of, because specifically zebras, that means you're not afraid of horses.
Yeah.
But
which are the exact same thing. Yeah, which is the exact same thing.
So are you afraid of zebra stripes? Do you not like the color code? Do you not like its fashion?
I could understand if they said alligators or cheetahs.
I can even understand frogs.
I don't know if you could be afraid of. I don't know if you could be afraid of cheetahs if you've never been around a cheetah.
Well, I don't think you can say that you're afraid of cheetahs when it's a predator that kills humans. So yes, you should generally be wary. I'd be wary. I
don't know if I'm afraid of them though.
If you were in front of a cheetah,
if it was loose, I'd probably be afraid. Yeah.
If you were inside of a building and someone's like, "Hey, the floor below you or the floor above you, a cheetah got loose," you'd be like, I'm gonna go back inside and close everything.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Are any doors open? Because if they aren't, we need to keep them that way." Because I don't think he can open doors, and I don't think he can work the elevator. But we're gonna just
I've seen anacondas do it, so I think a cheetah could if it saw someone do it.
I don't think so.
I don't think it could see you get off of a floor and then click on that floor to get you. But I definitely think it would look at it and push its paw on something.
He's like in the security room, like, all right, he got off.
He's watching the cameras.
All right, so this is what 4 looks like. All right, 4.
Yeah, first off, let me understand the concept of the number 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, he wouldn't say 4. He'd be like, all right, he got off on the floor that looks like that symbol.
Now, have you seen the video of the? This person has a profession and multiple degrees in this area, but they taught their dog to talk using buttons on the floor. That say
yes, yeah.
And it formed like comprehensive full sentences.
Oh yeah, it was like, I want to go outside.
Yeah, and I was
I am hungry. Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, like
yeah, it was really cool.
Because you can't imagine another animal using our speech. Like obviously they're not saying it, but they're able to.
But here's the thing, and I'm not one to normally do this and be this skeptical, but do you think they could have just added in that audio?
I don't think so. Because if you look at the dog and the way the dog looks at the buttons and then finds the buttons to press, instead of just pressing a button closest to it or pressing a button near it, it looks for the button it needs to press.
That's true. Yeah. Okay.
So, and you can it sounds weird to say it, but you can kind of like you can see that the dog comprehends what's going on. The dog doesn't look like a stupid dog that's excited. The dog looks like it's looking at you and be like, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Bam. I mean, bam. This is what I want.
Okay. I mean, I can fall in. I can.
But I can completely because when I first saw it, I thought, well, it's easy to voice over that. Have like a robotic voice go over and be like, I want to go outside. Like that would be hard and just take out the actual audio. But no, the way I looked at it,
yeah. Now that I've been messing around with how audio works when editing these podcasts, these episodes, like I know that I could probably go in and voice over something you said to make you sound like an idiot.
I mean, you can literally just take something I said stupid from before and then just put it into something here.
I can make something you said sound so terrible out of context because, like, I mean, I could just move around your audio willy-nilly. I could do whatever I want. I
mean, have you seen all the YouTube videos of like a presidential speech, but they take the words of their other speeches and put it in, so it makes them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
like having.
But what makes me laugh about those is like people believe them.
Do they really?
Yeah, people be like, "Oh well, he said this," and be like, yeah, "That was clearly edited in a certain way."
About that, and kind of going back to your football thing, is that someone had photoshopped a Tom Brady quote saying, if I see anyone on my team taking a knee, I'm going to, like, taking a knee during the anthem, I am leaving the team. I'm like, he didn't say that.
No, I mean,
no.
He did. There is a quote he did say after their NFC Championship game. He said, "What are you crying for?" Because the guys were crying because they were so excited they were going to the Super Bowl. He said, "What are you crying for? We ain't done yet."
Oh, well, that's...
He said, "Don't be celebrating yet. We're not done. We still have another game to go."
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, it's kind of like if you were celebrating, I don't know, for any sport. It's like if you've never experienced being near a championship and then you get near a championship, it's just like, yeah, you're going to be really excited, but the dude that's been there 5-6 times, he's like, yeah.
But he's so experienced that he can be like, dude, there's no point in celebrating yet. We're not done. We still have a whole other game to go before we celebrate. Once that game's over and we win, we can celebrate. Don't celebrate yet. All right, so we're going to wrap this up and get out of here. We've had fun.
It's been a good time.
Yeah, I've been a little cramped, so I've been kind of like preoccupied with that. Like, if you can see, I'm literally, my hat is moving the thing behind me.
Yeah, and I apologize. And I apologize for how much I've been moving. Like I said, I've been cooped up for a while, and I'm very antsy at all times.
And if we get stuck, we're probably going to record again this next week, more than once. We're probably going to give you a little special thing if we get stuck. If not, then we're just going to record on Friday. But if I'm locked inside this house for a couple of days,
yeah, because I can't even get back to work until at least Wednesday.
They gave me my route for next week, but they flat out said, listen, your life's more important than the job. If you can't get it, you can't get it. They flat out told me, if you if you're doing good on your route, and then you come to a city that maybe it seems a little too dangerous to be in because of the ice, maybe skip that. Maybe skip that town.
It's funny because I feel like my job said almost the exact opposite, where they're just like, if you can make it, make it. It's like, so my life's not as. No,
I mean that's what they told me too. Like, if you can make it, go for it. But if not,
the times that I haven't come into work because I couldn't get out of my house, they've been furious. And then Monday they kind of hinted, they're like, "Oh, well, you should have made it," but then they also tried to hint that like, "Oh, you should be here. Like, you need to be here Friday, even if it's frozen." It's like interesting about that. I appreciate that my life isn't worth
right.
the $10.50 that you pay me an hour.
Yeah, they told me, they're like, hey, listen, they're just quarters you got to collect, and they're not even your quarters. So I was like, yeah, that's a good way to look at it. They're not mine, but so my life ain't worth quarters that aren't mine.
My life ain't worth a quarter.
So on that note, let's get on out of here. Make sure you follow us on the Instagrams, the Facebook, the Twitter. Subscribe to us on YouTube,
Spotify, iHeart, iTunes. Well, not iTunes. Yeah,
Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts. That's what it is.
Yep. We are also on another one. I just added us to one, and I can't remember what it is.
I think I got a message about it, but I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was either. It doesn't matter.
Oh, everything I get is just Buzzsprout.
It's not like
it's not a well-known big.
It's
name.
not a big one, so I mean, I just put us on all of them, so it doesn't matter.
We go on everything.
I think you can actually say. I think it's called TuneIn. So you can literally just say, Alexa, play Absurditee Podcast.
What's funny is if everyone's playing this out loud with them.
I know. that was my point. That was my goal. Hey, Alexa,
Google, play Podcast.
Yeah, it'll do it. I think we're on Google Podcast too.
Does Google has a podcast?
Yeah, they have a podcast section.
The latest episode of Urban Absurdity.
Wrong one.
We played the wrong podcast. Oh, they're going to get big.
Oh,
hey, Google, shut up. Thank you.
Oh, wow, she is very obedient. Anyway, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Until next time.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo. That's right.
That's my sign now, bro. Toodaloo. All right. No, yours is always Toodles. I know. That's what we've been doing. That literally this is would have been the third week. Toodaloo.